Nissan former boss Carlos Ghosn has charged ex-management team at the company of betrayal and says he is harmless of all extortion versus him. In a recorded live video liberated by his legislative crew, he told he was sacrifice of a plot and requested a equitable test. Nissan told in answer how down there was significant testimony versus him. Mr. Ghosn was detained for a 4-period recent 1-week time on collateral weighting test on extortion of finance offense and violation of confidence. Towards of any penal matters, Nissan's domestic inquiry has unsecured significant testimony of patently immoral hold, the business told. Future show associated to Mr. Ghosn's offense go on to come. Theo Leggett, industry reporter Carlos Ghosn is hard to grab the lead. The man who was one day one of the largest strong figures in the world engine production has incurred months of indignities and humiliations. Now he seems established to speak his party of the history, although he is in jail one day once again. His reason is easy. The extortion versus him are erroneous, and he has been the sacrifice of a plot organized by Link at Nissan, who were frightened of losing their impact during the association. The world car-making team how as well includes Renault and Mitsubishi. But, and it's a big but, he hasn't proposed lot there to behind up his defense. Fair a hairless declaration how he's harmless of the extortion. Nissan is possessing no of it. The business insists it has testimony of patently immoral hold by Mr. Ghosn and says future content is yet growing. That brings us to else dimension of his declaration, his appeal for a equitable test. Thing he suggests his lawyers aren't really sure on. How looks love a commentary intended to reason maximal confusion in Japan, already writhing by the severe world searchlight throw on it by Mr. Ghosn's detention and arrest. In the live video communication, the 65-year-old, who was at first detained in November, kept his negation of any offense or offense. The is on a story, the is on plot, the is on betrayal, house which we are speaking on, Mr. Ghosn told in the live video, liberated at a news story meeting. Down there was a terror how the following move of the association would in a specific way endanger several human beings or ultimately endanger the independence of Nissan. Mr. Ghosn was the designer of the association among Nissan and France automaker Renault, and driven Mitsubishi on executive board in 2016. Prosecutorial told Mr. Ghosn's newest detention associated to transfers of Nissan cash totaling $15 million, among 2015 and 2018. They claim how $5 million of how sum was utilized by Mr. Ghosn for private cost. Regional Print had previous told how authorities had been house a new instance versus him comprising payments to a representative office in Oman. He had been liberated on collateral in March following creature in jail for more than rather than 3 months. Mr. Ghosn was at first arrested in November, loaded in by reporting his pay pack for the 5-year to 2015. In January, a crisp accusation declared he underestimated his reimbursement for else 3-year. He was as well convicted on a brand new, more than severe accusation of violation of confidence. He is credited in lathe about the fortunes of Nissan and Renault above several year.